All right, Olivia, grinder tonight. You guys are able to hold on and beat a really good Underwood team. Your thoughts?
I knew that they were going to be good coming into this. They are ranked, and we in 2A's a very good class, and I had to be prepared as best as I could.
Well, what's a game like this like as a pitcher when runs are at a premium? You know the margin for error is really slim, and you're playing an offense that can put the ball in play like they can.
It's a lot. It's more like mental stuff that you have to worry about. You have to worry about, where can I miss? Where can I miss this pitch? Where can I pitch on her? How can I best get a strikeout or best minimize? That's just all the things I have to think about. And then as far as batting goes, I have to think about all that kind of stuff too. It's just, it's kind of tough.
Bases loaded for Underwood there in the fifth with one out. You're able to work out of the jam. What was going through your mind, and what were some things you were trying to key in on there when it looked like maybe they were going to take the lead?
I just knew I had to take a lot of deep breaths and focus on throwing strikes and just hitting my spots as best as I could.
What were the pitches that were your go-tos tonight?
Tonight it was a lot of change-ups and that kind of stuff, outside fastball.
See the ice pack. I think this was the fifth game in 5 nights for you guys. How do you feel after a week like this, knowing the regular season's pretty much over and we're getting into the postseason here soon?
I just know that I have to be as careful as I can to make sure that I don't have injuries, hence the ice pack, and I just need to be being smart, especially with COVID, because that could take us out for 2 weeks. I just have to put the team before myself.
Do you feel like you guys are really starting to click as we get into the end of the season and into postseason?
Yeah, definitely. This is a really tight, close team, and I feel like we work really well together.
All right, Coach, you guys have had a little bit of a knack for close games this week, probably more than you would like, but you get the win. Your thoughts?
Well, yeah, you just said it. We came away with a victory there and a win, and sometimes these games I think do more for us, especially going into the last week of the Hawkeye 10 season and into the regionals than a blowout type win does. We have to actually be concentrating the entire time, and one mistake could end the game for us later on, and the season for us. So we knew Underwood was going to be a quality team coming in. We were fortunate enough to be able to get them on the schedule after the season and the schedules and stuff changed. We'll have a lot of good Southwest softball down here in Southwest Iowa. So we had Earlham on the schedule, we had Trainer on the schedule, we got Mo Valley on the schedule. So we're trying to beef up that non-conference schedules to see good pitching in order to see good teams as well going now down the road.
Yeah, do you feel like you guys are kind of seeing the benefits of the tough scheduling you guys have had?
Yeah, I don't know if Liv had her best stuff, especially late. It's been an awful long week for her. But I think the fact that we've been down this road before in big games and situations, I think helps us out a lot.
They had the bases loaded with one out in the fifth. Olivia's able to work out of a jam, get a strikeout, and then a fly out. Had to like that.
Yeah, that was awesome. It seemed to me like they had bases loaded with nobody out all night long, but that's just the coaching part of it. But those are the kinds of pressure situations that if you're going to be a championship team, that you're going to have to fight your way through. And her in the circle and our defense behind her, I thought got us out of some jams tonight.
Yeah, Olivia had a dominant performance Monday night. I don't know that anyone would call tonight dominant, but very efficient and very well. What'd you like from her?
I guess I like the fact that she could spot the fastball. I don't know if her off-speed pitches were working quite as well as what they normally do. Maybe a little rest will help that. I think that's the biggest thing. She pitched every day this week except for Tuesday, and we were a little fearful of that with the COVID and not being able to get the conditioning stuff in that we normally do in the preseason. So I think that had something to do with it. But the key for her was that she was able to spot the fastball and get him to chase a little bit on that, even though that the off-speed stuff wasn't 100%.
Candy Gergen really stepped up at the plate tonight. What was the secret?
I think for her it was just she just went with the pitch. She's been working a lot on that a little bit. If they're going to pitch you inside, turn on it. If they're pitching you outside, just to go with it. And it worked out well for her. She got on base a number of times. I wished we could have gotten her across a little more and not left runners on base. But that's what happens when you face a good team. But yeah, she's been doing a great job for us at the plate.
13-1 of the year, and with the schedule you guys have played, that's no easy task. What does that mean to be playing as good as you guys have played going into July?
Well, that's when you want to play your best softball as we get closer and closer to the regionals. We got 2 big games coming up this week, a little bit of rest time, and then we start them for real. Or if you lose, you go home. So I think I think the girls are, now that with a little break here, get a little recharge and come back next week ready to finish out the season strong.